What is going on, fam? Welcome to another great episode of Our Smooth Club, the show where everyday men discuss everyday topics. And before I do the main intro, I just want to let you know if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Subscribe and follow us on all major podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google, you name it. Anywhere you can find a podcast, be sure to find Our Smooth Club. I am Arrington Gavin. Alongside with me, I have my good friends. I have Mr. Jonathon Jones, Mr. Donnell, Britt, and Dapper Luke. Fellas, how's everybody doing today?
Oh man, good to be here. Good to be here.
Man, everybody look fresh, look good. It's good. Another great episode. So check this out. My fiance, one of her favorite shows she's been telling me to watch for years is called Suits. It's actually the show where Meghan Markle gained her fame on, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the characters on the show is a professional test taker. He was paid like $1,000 taking the bar exam for people. Right. And those the people that he took those tests for, they're now successful attorneys and all that good stuff. And in my head, I'm like, if it was that one test that I could you had to pass, would you pull strings to pass it? You know what I mean? Like we have the college scandal and stuff like that. Now, as guilty as it sounds, we know like not all of us are good. At least for me, I was an awful test taker. Yeah. If you tell me to take a test now, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not doing it. So, what about y'all? Would y'all pull a few strings to just pass that one test?
Well, for me, if he only got paid $1,000 per test, I think he was getting underpaid. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely think in now we base a lot off an individual thing like a test, mm-hmm. right? And like you said, it doesn't really define the success of the lawyer. They're still out there doing what they do as a lawyer. So if it was just that one, I'm not gonna say even just that one say, for that one instance, yeah, I mean, I would definitely pay if I knew somebody that was gonna guarantee me and it wouldn't come back to me. Let's do it. So.
Yeah, I'm with Dap on that one. Like, these schools, all they want is the money. They don't care. Like, it's just like, I don't know. Like, that's it. Like, they just want the money. Like it's like, look, like we said earlier, like the test is a one and done thing. Information now, you move on with life. You already, nah.
Yeah. No slight guilt at all though. Like for you.
No.
Oh.
I mean, if you think about it, just throughout your educational life, like if you've never, had the desire to, slip an answer here, get an answer there, I mean, I think, what do you call it? Cheating in and of itself is only cheating when you get caught. Like it's not cheating because people do it all the time in sports and everything. If you can find a way to get an extra edge, you do it.
It's almost like
until you get caught. It's
almost like saying, just a little white lie's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that one test I don't think defines the individual. Mm-hmm. Now, I guess you can say it kind of defines their integrity a little bit, but if they're able to still go on and do a successful career, because he's not coming with them and then becoming a lawyer further. Mm-hmm. They still got to do that work, But right. That one test,
it's check on learning, right? Most tests just check your learning, but in the real world, a lot of times we are able to resort back to whatever publication to make sure we write anyway, right? Mm-hmm. So that's just testing. Can you remember it without checking? But 9 times out of 10 in most industries, you can go back to some kind of manual or, hey man, I can't remember that. Let me go back and check this out. So does it really hurt you to get some help on that one test? I don't think so. So me personally, yeah, I probably would take that one.
I've never like brought in an answer sheet on a test and cheated, but if like things line up in a certain way,
but if I could without getting caught,
no, it's like if it's there, it's there.
Well, I start thinking of like like the SATs and like those standardized tests. Like there's people that have great grades, that really good in school and stuff, but that SAT will that's a huge test you gotta pass. And it's like dang, like again, bad test taker. I was a BC average kid, maybe went a little lower than that, but I ain't gonna go there. But it was like, it was so many moments where I'm like, damn, I wish I could look what biology, any kind of science. Oh, if I could pay somebody to take some tests, Lord knows.
But how would you feel about if somebody did it the other way, and now you had to go to them for that service, and you're not sure if they really qualified to do that service because they didn't take that final exam they qualified on to make it?
I mean, it's still hit or miss. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
I mean,
depending on
overall, like. Within my industry, I make custom suits, right? So for me, there is no test, there is no bar, there's nothing along those lines, right? It's essentially an apprenticeship and you learn over time.
Right.
To me, the school system has created a mindset that if you don't pass this and you don't get this degree,
Right.
then you're not going to make it. And I don't think that's necessarily true. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you had, if you want to be a leather maker, you went to a leather person, you were their apprentice, and you learned over time. It wasn't that one defining moment. You must take this test or you'll never be a leather maker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that is a mentality that was put in place once they had the school system, the university system.
Right.
So overall, you know, people say this all the time, right? What is the person at the top and the person at the bottom of medical school called? Doctor, right? Doesn't matter if you're at the top or the bottom. If you get out of there, you're a doctor, you know. Right. So I mean, I feel like if you're able to get through it and that one test, now if you're cheating the whole way through, then I mean, right. That's something that you got to kind of look within yourself and say, you know, like if you don't know the difference between the left and the right arm, and you know, then
is this really for me?
I remember we were having a conversation earlier, Donnell was like, now if it's a surgeon now, when you know he's in surgery, like, oh man, doctor, what's next?
You know, but I seen that on TV one time. It was on a local, you know, recently, and the guy cheated his way through. And he started operating on people, and they were trying to figure out why he didn't know what he was doing inside the, you know. And
this is a true story. This is really
that's something different.
No.
Anything with some surgery, you cut somebody up, and you better know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just always say it depends on what, but yeah, at the end of the day, training, just like you said, there's no certifications for you. I think training happens for most businesses. So, you know, even though they cheated or whatever on the test, they still have to finish some type of training, I think, you know, every day, or they learn on the job how to get better in that industry, because coming straight out of college, you're never going to go to the top of most businesses, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I still would probably take that.
That dude, he need to teach a class on how to cheat. How could you like
But you know, the one thing that I will say is also within that, it's kind of like the school scandal thing. Like some people, they want to go to school because of the pressure of their family, the pressure of, you know, you should be doing this. That's when you start cheating, when your heart's not really into it, but you just want to appease your parents.
Person happy.
You know, you just want to get through it so that they can just get off your back, or that's what it's expected of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think it gets dangerous, you know. But if it's a one, but I don't know, if it's kind of like the situation with, I guess, robbing a bank, right? Like, you rob one, and you're like, man, I robbed the bank, and I didn't get caught. So now you're like, I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna do it again. So if you do that one, it may start out as one time, but you know, where does it end? That's the question, you know, because you didn't get caught, and you're golden. So
yeah. Well, look, fellas, I wish we can keep on going. We gotta take a quick commercial break, man. We'll be back with our Smooth Club.
Dapper Luke Collection is a full custom clothier located in Virginia Beach. Our goal is to give you a full custom experience. Follow us and schedule your appointment at dapperluke.com. Let us create your perfect custom look for your perfect wedding, prom, graduation, or anniversary.
Alrighty, welcome back to our Smooth Club. I am your guy, Dapper Luke. So, fellas, I kind of want to put a question out there in regards to finances. Within our society, a lot of times you'll see the guy is the primary breadwinner, and then the woman, you know, she's either kind of not making as much or kind of equal. What if it was reversed? What if the woman was the primary breadwinner, your lady? Could you be in a relationship with a lady that's making a lot more money than you, and you not really have a desire to either equal or make more money than her?
No. I mean, I could, but deep down I'll be like, no, Arrington, you gotta do better. I'll at least work hard so I can at least match up to her. I couldn't.
You couldn't be in a relationship with a woman that's making more money than you.
I could not. I really just I couldn't. I don't know. I feel like I should. I don't know. It's almost like how we talked about before, like manning up. I don't know. It's like a man up thing, like man, you gotta.
But that's a societal thing. To me, that's a societal pressure, right? First and foremost,
that's the Arrington pressure at this point.
Yes, but okay, so you're right. That's within you. You want to be successful in whatever you do, and you want to be the best, right? But if you are in a relationship with an individual and you actually, you are in love with that person, you want to be with that person, is finances what's going to keep you away from that person? Like, you're going to be like, well, I really can't be with you because you make more money than me. Like, is that really what
that I wouldn't do, because, I mean, love is another thing. When the love come involved, when love is involved, let me just say, that's hard. No,
love ain't all this cracking to be. I'm just throwing out there. Being married 16, 17 years, there's got to be more than love in that. You know what I'm saying? Love is one thing, yes, but, I mean, JJ, what are your thoughts? Like,
I mean, no, I wouldn't. I would never, like, not be with somebody because they make more. It'd be one thing if, like, we were both like trying to be lawyers or something, like she made it and I didn't make it, like that's kind of like different. But if like my girl was like a surgeon or something, like that's fine. I have no desire to be a surgeon. Like I'm not interested in that at all. So if you making more money off that, then yeah. But I mean, as long as I'm still can hold my own and have my job that I want to do, whatever, then yeah. Like,
yeah, and I think that's the kind of other side of the coin. Like, we can accept it, but can she accept it? Like you said, if you are, just throwing it out there, you're a manager at Walmart, right? And you love your job as a manager at Walmart, but she's this top dog surgeon, right?
Oh yeah, no.
And she's coming at you like, do you really want to stay at Walmart? Like,
manager at Walmart.
I mean, then what do you do? Like, do you like, look here, like if you can't accept me as this manager at Walmart, then this is not going to last.
No, you go to that one Christmas party. Hey, what do you do? I'm a manager at Walmart. Oh.
But in that,
I mean, I absolutely can. Now, I think we talked about a few different things because it's how you met that person. Did she meet you as the greeter at Walmart? Then she loved you as the greeter at Walmart. Now, you said that we wouldn't have any other aspirations of getting better. So that couldn't be me because I do want to be better. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily say I'm a gain what she has, but I think women every day do the same thing for us, right? They put their careers on hold, they put their life on hold, and they follow the man. So could I do it for my lady if she had the aspirations and her, at the end of the day, she was going to be more successful? I think I could because I do it right now if my wife wants to take over everything I do because there's a lot of added pressure and she may need you another way. Like, what other thing do you provide for a woman other than money? You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to ask ourselves as men. Okay, if we're not the provider, what else do we provide? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else do we bring to the table in that relationship? And that's key. So if the only thing we providing is the money, and the only thing she's providing is, whatever, then in cooking, what type of relationship do you really have?
And would you think, guys, like, would you say the exact same thing you're saying at a younger age? Because would you say, like, you guys you have 15, 16 years.
Well, I got 4 with my current wife.
Okay.
But I think it's different. It's how you met them. Like, are we talking about college students that came through college and then now, they had different degree paths and she got the great job and had to move to Atlanta from Virginia. Do you follow her? Or do you say, nah, I'm trying to stay here because I'm trying to, be a rapper? You gotta figure it out.
Single I had for about 10 years.
But now we're 40, right? We're 40 and we went through our life and now everything has settled. And, Luke has his thing, but his wife gets a great job. Could he follow behind her? I think he would because they're married, 40 kids, all this stuff is different scenarios that you got to make a decision in your life if you're willing to be with that person under those circumstances. I think if you found a successful woman, right, and her family would probably be saying, well, why are you dealing with this dude? Where he work at, girl? What kind of car he drive? Because we as a society looking at what the person has, what kind of car he driving, where he work at. Oh, girl, I just saw your husband or your boy at Walmart when I was... They don't like that. It's your friends, you know what I'm saying, that's going to deal with that.
And that was one of the other parts that I was going to make. Like, for a guy, like you said, he can, so we're talking two that just meeting, not, an established relationship. Right? So the guy, in most relationships, he has to get established. Then he begins looking for his woman, right? Whereas the woman, if she is, not established, she can still go look for a guy, that is successful, that's already making it.
Right.
But it's looked upon in society as bad if the guy doesn't have all this stuff together, he's not ready to marry a woman or he's not ready to be with a woman.
Right.
But why is that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you said. That's the societal pressure.
Right.
You know, for me, like you just said, you know, when I was much younger in the military, you know, my wife was taking care of the family. You know, my 2 boys growing up, they were primarily with my wife. When I was military, going like I had to be, and like you said, she was moving around with me. Now we have a younger daughter. I have her most of the time, you know, because I'm a business owner now. My wife is a nurse, and her hours are ridiculous. So in that aspect, yes, we switched our roles in for who had the primary kid, and we've been together a long time.
Right.
But I just know, looking at, you know, some of the scenarios that I've seen recently, Mary J. Blige, you know, she was married to a guy, they separated, now she has to pay him alimony. And society's like, why she got to pay him alimony? Because you got him to this lifestyle, and he was established, you know, with you. So why not, you know? So, I mean, overall, I just feel like, you know, 2 individuals may be able to do it, but it's just society, family, other outside aspects may be in, you know, their ear and kind of making it difficult to be in that relationship. You know what I'm saying?
We don't see it. It's not the norm. So, you know, in reality, it's not the norm. Most times the man makes more than the woman. But, you know, sometimes it could be the same. So
yeah, I mean, if my lady was making more money than me, hey, let's do it.
I'm good for it.
So, like, real quick, what about stay-at-home dads? Could y'all do that?
I personally could not be a stay-at-home dad. I just have, and I think it's difficult asking because we're all like successful business people. You know, we are all have aspirations, but there are guys that, you know, if like you said, I know in the military sometimes for women to be successful, they need a stay-at-home dad, you know, husband, because the military takes a lot of your time, especially if you're like an officer and you're a CO, you know, you're gone, your schedule is just unpredictable. And you need somebody, you're going to have to hire a nanny, we're going to have that stay-at-home dad. So I know people that do it. I'm in a position where I'm fortunate, I don't have to stay at home. I can still run my business and have my daughter with me. She's not, you know, an infant. She can still, she sometimes gets annoying, don't get me wrong, when she's in the office and I have clients. But, you know, hey, she's with dad. So, you know, I like it.
Awesome.
Well, that's definitely our topic. Great one. See you guys shortly.
Rugged Evolution Beard Care is the hottest new beard care in the market. With 16 amazing scented balms and oils, you can choose which smell you want to try with our new sample balm and oil set, or use the mustache moisturizer and our new leave-in conditioner. Don't forget to add a wooden comb to glide through your beard without snag. Check out our website at ruggedevo.com or call for a private consultation 855-848-3029. And remember, rugged is the new smooth.
All right, welcome back to Our Smooth Club. So look, we're gonna end off the show and tie into this exclusive interview I did with Miss Shameika Stepney. What is going on, fam? Welcome to an exclusive interview brought to you by Our Smooth Club Podcast, a show where everyday men discuss everyday topics. I'm Arrington Gavin, and I have an awesome guest for this interview. Let me first by asking you the question, what would you do if, you know, you see a bullying act going on? Do you walk away and mind your business, or do you actually interfere and be like, hold on, let's stop this? If you remember, the late, great John Lewis said, look, whenever you see something in trouble or in need, it's time to take good and necessary trouble, meaning you got to fight, man. You got to fight and defend, stop something bad from happening. So I'm honored to have a very special person who's also family, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Shameika Stepney.
Hey
Shameika,
guys.
what's going on, cuzzo?
Doing good. Doing really good, cuzzo.
Well, look. Not a lot of people really know about your inspiring story that just happened. I know you're still enjoying the ride right now.
Yes, it's a ride.
Please kind of, share with us that story, because I didn't want to really tie into too much, but just
the bullying I kind of brought up.
I got you. So basically, as you guys may know, Fiona Apple, who's a huge pop star, we went to school together back in New York, and there was a situation when we were in elementary where she was being bullied, and as you spoke about it, what would you do? Mm-hmm. In my John Quinones energy, real talk, I saw her in a situation, and she was being bullied by some girls, some mean girls. We all know about those, don't we? And they were telling her that she considered their table and so on and so forth. And I kind of just interjected and was like, you know what? Come sit at my table. And girl, don't worry about them. You got potential. And she was in the 3rd grade and I was in the 4th grade. And, I wasn't thinking that was going to be a big deal because that's just my personality.
Yeah, I was about to say, it shows your heart, shows your character.
I'm not going to see someone get taken advantage of in my presence. Mm. That's just not my character. So at the end of the day, I didn't really think much of it, did what I did. Here it is, fast forward like 20, 30 years later, I get a letter from my 3rd grade teacher during quarantine, you guys, and she was just like, hey, Miss Coonheart. And I'm like, cousin.
And something like that teacher that probably never cared for you, one of your work teachers.
No. I actually love Miss Coonheart. We actually called her low-key Indiana Jones back in the day. Like, no bullshit. Like, she was the rebel. Like, I went to private school. She was the teacher that came in there with no freaking pantyhose on. She had flat shoes. I went to school with nuns. She wore regular clothes. She had a little short haircut. So Miss Coonheart was the shit. And literally, she wrote me a letter. Mm-hmm. And I'm walking from my mailbox during quarantine, of course, bored, and opening my mail on my way. Yeah, like, you ain't drive to your mailbox.
Right after the mail truck left, like, oh, God, thank God,
walk to the mailbox, like, let me get a walk. And I'm opening the letter on my way back, and I'm reading it, and she's like, Shameika, I hope this is you. And I just want to say thank you. The words that you spoke like 30 years ago to Fiona. And I'm like, Fiona McAfee. And she's like, better known as Fiona Apple. She was like, I was reading this article in the New Yorker, and it was talking about you. And I just want to say, your prophetic words have been turned into a beloved song titled Your Name.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, wait a minute. What is this lady saying to me? It's a song that's my name. So I'm like on my phone. I go and type my name into Apple Music, and up pops the song Shameika by Fiona Apple. And I'm like, oh my God. I cannot explain to you, I don't think anyone understands how it makes you feel for someone to pay you that type of honor and that respect and to give you your flowers.
And I forgot to mention, like, you always had a passion for music too.
Correct.
So
I've been in music for many years, and obviously the turn that music has taken in the last like 5 years, mm-hmm. I'm like, is this even for me anymore? Because mm-hmm. like I'm from a different era where we spit that real shit. We lyrical.
You like, right now?
It's not ready for me right now. Like this whole just vagina era, like where it's just all about your vagina. Like, it's just like, strippers making music. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying nothing for sisters that's out there doing the music thing, but at the same time, like, you gotta use the music for more than just talking about your fucking pussy. I'm just being real, y'all. Anywho.
I definitely agree with you.
It's just the bottom line. Like, at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean? So, it's like, a little disparaging because it's like you have so much more to give mm-hmm. the world. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I can talk about that, do the sexy thing and everything, but it's like, yo, when someone tells you that you touch their fucking mind by just saying a couple of words, you got to understand the power that you have with your speech.
Preach
like
it.
What we're actually doing with this music thing, we sending energy into the universe. And the universe is uncensored. It's like, okay, that's what you need. That's what you want. You want potential. Like, ever since the song came out, all I hear is potential, potential, potential. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I've sent this energy into the universe. It's back.
Well, it's so inspiring because I've told you too, because of like many times, like, you know, it's already amazing how she brought this into a song. Because matter of fact, the song just won a Grammy this past year, 2021, for like best rock performance, as well as it was the lead single in her album that also won a Grammy.
It won a Grammy. Like,
your name is on the Grammy.
It is, and that's what I'm talking about. That is so just the irony of this situation, because that's why you got to be careful what you pray for, y'all.
Mm.
You know, I always said, I'm like, you know what, Heavenly Father, I'm this music person. I'm gonna get a Grammy. I'm gonna get a Grammy with my name on it. And damn if I ain't get one. But it's not actually my Grammy.
Your name is on it. Your name is on it. Your name is
so
on it.
I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same thing as if I went and actually did the song myself. You know, so, you know, it's just about what's in your path. And, you know, being your organic self, that no one has to force you into being. You know, be a good person.
How hard is that, right?
Right.
That's one of the things that I've caught it as far as inspiring, because I'm reading all these articles from Rolling Stone, from, of course, you know, shout out to Virginia Pilot, but the New Yorker. Yeah, I gotta make a shout out to the hometown, Virginia Pilot, the New Yorker. I mean, what else? Look, I have one right now. Let me see if I can.
W.
I mean, just literally, I'm just pulling up all these articles, and the amazing thing is the fact that it shows your character, it shows your heart. You did something that was not hard. You're like, okay, I'm gonna defend this person. So in my view, I'm like, that's gonna be the conversation that people should always use as an inspiration when it comes to bullying. Look, let me tell you a story about a lady named Shameika Stepney. What she did was the most simple thing. She told this girl she has potential. That easy. And what did it take on from there? Grammy. I mean,
we have to speak life upon each other. That's really the moral of the story. Speaking life upon each other instead of speaking death, because the words are powerful. Our words have power. You know, we're sending energy into the universe. You know, and that's what's most important about it. I didn't realize at that age, at the tender age of 9, 10 years old, that I was sending energy into the universe, telling another human being they have potential to do something. But that was my feeling, and I knew it was right. You follow me? And that's why you got to follow your gut.
Absolutely.
Because certain things you don't go to a school for it. You're not gonna have an education or, you know, about it. It's just nature. You know, you got to do what is organically.
Yeah, sometimes it's something that's never, you know, they don't need to teach it to you. It's just like you said, it's organic.
Exactly. It's how we were brought up. It's our family. You follow what I'm saying? It's just our family and how we were brought up. Take care of people.
Man, well, look, I wish we can freaking talk for hours and, you know, enjoy some more of this good Majesty Bourbon. Shout out to Majesty Bourbon, my man LaRue.
Yes.
It's just, I could just talk for days, but honestly, I'm truly honored to have this opportunity to talk with us, to share this on our show, Our Smooth Club, and first of all, like, what's next for Shameika? What else going on?
Well, I'm working on new music right now, so we haven't stopped. You know, it's a grind, and obviously, you guys know it's COVID. So I love you, you know, and as soon as things open up, you know, we'll be right out at you, so we can come and perform the song Shameika Said.
Okay, Shameika, that's right. You have the remix song, right?
So yes, we have a collaboration that Fiona and I did called Shameika Said. That came out on November the 20th of 2020. So you guys go stream that. It's on all the platforms. And make sure that you take advantage of what we have to offer, which is love. And, you know, check my cousin out, Rugged Evolution, the family here, our podcast, Energy. You know, we definitely want to do that at the Our Smooth Club. So make sure that you guys check that out and tune in, because we got some shit.
Well, thank you, Cuzzo. Well, look, that wraps up this exclusive interview with the one, the only bully advocate, okay?
Bully advocate.
Artist, Grammy. Her name is on a Grammy. Damn it. Shameika Stepney. Look, what y'all need to do is continue to also follow the show on YouTube, Our Smooth Club. We're on all major podcast platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that great stuff, man. Y'all take care. And look, before we end it off, we're gonna listen to the song.
At Shameika said.
That's right.
Instagram.
Yeah, have a good one.
Have the heavy metal hitting in the hose pedals. It's shy from the Mecca, the holy place. Give you the name, now you know the face. Didn't know you had potential back then, now you know your place. Spiritual bad for it, shining like amazing grace. I bring that spice to your life, I got that Cajun taste. Blazing, difference between space and space. Said I have potential. Shameika said I have potential. Shameika.
All right, so there goes another great episode, another great exclusive with Miss Shameika Stepney. All right, I'm Arrington Gavin. Shameika, where can we all follow you at?
At Shameika said on Instagram, you guys.
Awesome. Again, y'all can tune in every Thursdays at 7 p.m. on YouTube for our Smooth Club podcast. You can also chime in on all major podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google. Anywhere where you can go to or listen to a podcast, you'll find us.
Exactly.
So, look, before we end it off, we're going to do a cheers to Miss Shameika Stepney. All right. Shameika said.
Shameika said I have potential.